Welcome to History B354, The Reformation. I'm Professor Eric Sock. I'll be teaching this course, and I'll be very much looking forward to meeting all of you, even if only virtually, over the course of the term. Um, this is simply a welcome hello lecture or talk or whatever you want to call it. If you are viewing this right now, the course has been published, and you can get started. Now, that does not mean that you have to get started. The term doesn't start officially until January 12th, but you certainly can, once the course is published, get going on it as you would like. I'll be talking a little bit more about that shortly. There's the one exception in terms of the course being published, ready to go, are the videoed lectures. I will be adding those, and certainly I hope to have a significant number up and posted before January 12th, but I haven't gotten to them yet, but I'll be doing it as quickly as I possibly can, so stay tuned on that. They are weekly lectures, I believe, one or two a week. And so it should be self-explanatory. But aside from those lectures, the rest of the course is there. The syllabus is there. The requirements are there. The textbook that you need to acquire one way or the other is listed on the syllabus. And so, this course is for you, and it's available, and good luck with it. But I just wanted to say, in terms of welcoming to, because I'm not sure, for me, these online courses are not my favorite, but I try to make the best of them. I'd much rather be teaching in person, but I do try to make the best of the online format to the extent that I can. And part of the positives that I find about the online 100% asynchronous online course is it allows the students to work at their own pace. So if you want to work ahead, you can work very quickly and finish the course as soon as you can, if you'd like. I'm not sure that would be the wisest tactic to pursue, but at least it's a possibility. If you want to kind of wait to really get going on it, you can, again, do it at your own pace. The course is set up for a kind of a traditional 15-week course. And if you look at the syllabus and the requirements and the readings, you'll see that there is a fair amount of reading and assignments to turn in. And so it is best if you do try to stick on schedule. And the syllabus gives the schedule for that. And when I say the syllabus, what I mean is the document, the Word document syllabus posted in the module course documents, not so much the tab syllabus on the side of the sidebar on Canvas. There's a long story behind that, which I won't go into right now, but that's just kind of the bare bones. And so always check the Word document to be sure. So if this is your first kind of approach to online courses, or to my online course in any case, the question that I would have if I were you is, so now what do I do? And so I hope you will have read the announcement, which would have brought you to this videoed lecture or video talk. And so the issue is, how do we get started? What do you do first? And the first thing I would say is definitely to read through the syllabus carefully to see what is required, what you're kind of will be facing. In the first lecture of week one, I'll be addressing the kind of the final exam. I'll be saying something about the text expositions again shortly, because the final exam is actually a semester-long project, and it's available right now to you that you can look at too. But start with the syllabus, and then read the introduction to the course document. Now, the introduction to the course document is also posted in introduction to the course, or to the course documents module. It's assigned, I'm pretty sure, for the first week of reading, but it gives a good indication of what the course is about. So that would be the first things to do, to read the syllabus fairly carefully and to read the introduction to the course document, which is also a document you might want to refer to later on as well. And then go from there. It should be somewhat self-explanatory, and if you have any questions about what to do or how to proceed, please just ask. There is a lot of work to be done, but I'm here to help. And so is Lucy Fogel, who I'll be talking about a little bit later on in terms of the supplemental instructions. In terms of the textbook, you do need to purchase or acquire, as I said, somehow the Lindbergh textbook. I believe it's available through the bookstore. It's also probably available online from various vendors. Um, I believe it's the second edition that I have assigned. I think there is a third edition. To be quite honest, I'm not really that concerned. The major problem with using different editions is page numbering, because the page numberings could be different. I'll probably say more about that later too. But otherwise, it's fine. And then the lectures, of course, which I'll be posting as I get them done and up. The other readings are all available, posted in Canvas, free of charge. There is my book on Luther and the Reformation of the Later Middle Ages that is posted there in the final proofs, so it's not the same as the actual book. But you don't have to purchase that book. It's there, and with the assignments then from that book. It's not, the entire book is not assigned, but most of it is, I think. And then also Jordan Quedlinburg's exposition on the Lord's Prayer, which is another one of my books that I edited and translated. And that is too posted in Canvas. And you do not have to purchase any of those books. And the other readings that are assigned are all there in the module readings and in the week that they are being assigned. And so you'll see, for example, that like Luther and the Reformation of the Later Middle Ages is posted both in readings, the module readings, and then every time or every week that there is an assigned reading from that book, it is also then posted in the module for that week. So I hope that is clear. Again, if any of this is not clear, please just ask, and we can get going and I hope clarify what's going on. The assignments for the course consist of, in addition to the final exam, 4 text analyses. Now these are, you can think of them as midterms if you want, but they are essays. The question and problem is given to you. They are based on one of the assigned texts, and they are also intended to test or examine your grasp of the course up to that point when they're due, in terms of it's not just the text itself that is being asked about in terms of the text analysis, but the whole context as well. And so you can also look through all 4 of the text analyses as we go through. And so for the final, all the readings are expected, and you should be referring to all the assigned readings in the final exam, or as many of them as you possibly can. But for the text analyses, you too can refer to other aspects. And I think the third one, I believe it is, to ask you to compare and contrast in some ways. And so those are designed to help you prepare for the final exam. That's what their purpose and function is. And yes, they are graded, but the final exam is what I want you to walk away with, so to speak. And that is, I think, weighted at, I believe it's 40% of the grade is the final exam. But in reality, it could be worth even more. So it won't be worth less than 40%, but it could be worth more depending on the whole progression. That's how we look at the whole structure when we go make up the final grades, which maybe you're not really wanting to think about at this point since we're just getting started, but that is too then something that I know all of you have in the back of your mind. That's what you want to end up with, I'm assuming, is a decent grade in this course, which I understand. I hope you end up with a significant amount of learning and understanding about the period. So we'll see how those two are related. I think there's a very close relationship between your understanding about the period and the course material and the grade that you will finally receive. And so the text analyses are intended to help you prepare for the final. So that's what's required. There are discussions every week, and you will see that the prompt is given. These are not graded. These are for you. The whole purpose of a discussion is to get your thoughts out, have a dialogue, have a conversation. And even though this is a 100% online asynchronous course, we still are all in this together, so to speak. And so the discussion sections give you sections, assignments, give you an opportunity to kind of talk with your fellow classmates and with me. I'll chime in from time to time. Be polite. That's the requirement. Just be polite. But they're an opportunity for you to discuss the class material. They're not designed for you to talk more about what you believe and what you think. I'll be talking a lot more about that in the first lecture. But it's all based on the course material, and the grading is based on the course material. Which brings me then to the AI policy. There's a long story behind some of this. And we at the university are kind of struggling. I'm a member of the School of Liberal Arts Academic Affairs Committee, and one thing we'll be working on this semester is devising a policy, AI policy for the school. AI has some applications that can be very useful. Those basically have little to nothing to do with the liberal arts, at least at this stage of the game. So the policy for this course is no AI use of any type is accepted or allowed. Now, that means if you are suspected of having used AI, that can lead to an automatic F in the course and bringing the case to the Associate Dean of Students for academic misconduct. That can have serious implications. AI is not a help, especially in a course like this, because the grading is based on the course material. The text analyses and the final is not asking you an abstract, absolute question of what is the Reformation. Anybody could come up with that kind of an answer. It is saying based on the course material, the assigned readings and the lectures, how do you put those all together and apply them to the problem that's given you in the text analyses and then in the final exam? How do you put it all together for yourself? I don't know if any of you have used AI in other courses. I would hope not, actually, because AI makes things up. I've had cases of students submitting an exam or an assignment that has, for example, cited an article of mine, but it's not an article that I never wrote. I've had other students submit articles that are just completely fictitious and made up. They sound good. They sound very plausible, but they're not real articles. And that is academic misconduct. It's technically plagiarism, but it's also even in some ways worse than plagiarism, because AI is almost an oxymoron. It's not really intelligent. It just puts things together that is available on the web, and a lot of things still are not available on the web. And I think I did for this past semester, I did a workshop in my Western Civ course on AI and used Jordan Quedlinburg as an example. And Jordan's exposition of the Lord's Prayer is one of the assigned texts and the focus of your first text analysis. And I demonstrated to the class by using AI how AI doesn't understand any of it and gets it all wrong. So if you are bringing in material that is not based on the course material, number one, you need to cite it precisely and accurately and carefully. Number two, you are not to use AI, and so you can't say, as ChatGPT said or as Copilot said, that's not a citation. And you need to focus on the course material. Again, if you have any questions about that, let me know. Because it's really not worth the effort for you. It's not the costs or the potential costs far outweigh the potential benefit. So just keep that in mind, and I would say just don't use AI. Okay? Now, where are we? We have discussions I've talked about, AI policy, supplemental instructions. Yes. Um, this is a program that I'm very excited about. Our supplemental instructor, co-instructor, is Lucy Fogel, whom I mentioned shortly earlier on in this talk. Lucy has been doing this together with me for a couple of years, I think. I kind of lose track, but it's I think the last several semesters that I've taught this course. Lucy has been the supplemental instructor. It's a program through IU Online. The supplemental instruction is. I think it's a fantastic program because Lucy took this course from me a couple of years ago, did an outstanding job, and she asked if she could work together with me as the supplemental instruction. And I said that would be fantastic. I talk about this in the introduction to the course lecture or document. Document. So I can refer you to that for a bit more. She's there to help too. You can always ask her. Now both Lucy and I are obligated to tell you that your participation in the supplemental instruction is not required. It is not as such graded, but it can substantially help your grades by substantially helping your comprehension, your understanding of the material, of the course itself, and anything else. It's there for you, and I would strongly encourage you all to make use of it. And that is not to say that, go talk to Lucy first before you can talk to me. You can always talk to me. But I also realize and know from my own memory of being a student, it might be easier for you to talk with Lucy about some things than with me, because with Lucy you can talk about me, you can talk about my lectures, you can talk about the material, you can complain about it, which you might not want to do to me personally or face to face, so to speak. But to Lucy you can. She knows the course, she knows my lectures, my lecturing style, anyway, and she can be a big help for you. So that is another way you can help yourself in the course, is to participate in the supplemental instruction. Lucy will be publishing on Canvas, in our site, the course site, modules on the supplemental instruction, I think bi-weekly too, with weekly meetings, so to speak, and exercises. And so I would try to encourage you, again, to take advantage of that, because I think it will be a real help, and it has been for students in the past. And that, I think, basically covers it in terms of getting started. I have it there on the PowerPoint slide. The last point is engage. And that simply means that stay engaged in the course. I think it is very important to try to stay on track with this 15-week semester. Since it is asynchronous, in an in-person class, there are 16 weeks, but there's a week of break. Spring break is a week off, and in the fall, it's then fall break and Thanksgiving break. And so there's 15 weeks of instruction. Here, there are 15 weeks. Now, in the syllabus, in the schedule of lectures, I give the university holidays and spring break. I give the dates thereof. I don't list those specifically then in the rest of the syllabus, because that's for you to deal with yourself, so to speak, and try to manage your own time. That's the other aspect, which I do also talk about in the introduction to the course document, that online courses require you to take more responsibility for managing your own time and for managing your own work in the course. And staying engaged is a big part of that. I'm assuming everyone signed up for this course because of some sort of interest, whatever that might be. I think it's fantastic, and I'm glad you're here. And so it's not a required course. And so stay engaged. Find something you're interested in and stay with it and stick with it and focus on it. And I hope it will end up being a very good experience for all of us together, and especially for all of you. I'm certainly looking forward to it. This is kind of my course, my premier course, and my specific area of expertise and research. And so I always very much enjoy teaching it, and I hope you will enjoy taking it and going through it. Again, I'm always here to help, so just ask any questions at any time. Lucy's here to help. You can ask Lucy questions anytime. And I'm looking forward to a really good semester, and I hope you are too. So read through the syllabus, read the introduction to the course, and get going on it. And I hope you enjoy it. And again, watch for notices for the posting of the lectures, which I hope will follow in due course, and stay ahead of anyone who wants to work ahead and work fast, or more quickly than the normal 15-week pace. So I'll do my best. So that being said, good luck with everything. I'm glad you're here, and I will be seeing you, even if only virtually, again very shortly. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.